Well, hello there, all you property preservation maniacs. How's it going? This is Chuck Taylor from the Taylor Shop, coming at you again with another vlog. This week we're going to be talking about why you should select the Taylor Shop, a brief history of how the Taylor Shop came to be, and certainly what are your options out there when it comes to work order processing. Sorry I didn't put one vlog out last week. My wife was actually in the hospital delivering our firstborn child, who came out just fine. We had a boy. He was 10 pounds 1 ounce, 22 inches long. So was pretty large, I guess, compared to the average child born these days. But everything's doing great. I was, of course, in and out of the office like mad last week. Didn't get a chance to do a vlog, so this time we're just gonna, be a little more free flowing with our conversation this week. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great day. So certainly the Taylor Shop. Where did the Taylor Shop come from? How did the Taylor Shops begin? Basically, I can give you the history of our company in roughly less than 2 minutes. I did start working, as many of you might know, at Safeguard Properties. I was a senior regional coordinator there for a little over 3 years. I left there in 2005. My wife, who's also my partner in this, she worked at Safeguard as well. She was in the customer service department. But we left there in 2005, somewhat inadvertently ended up processing work orders for a couple contractors that simply approached us and asked for help in processing orders. So we said, sure. We started doing that, and we're doing that consistently. We started in 2006. Moving forward, in about 2008, the processing side of things was kind of light, so we decided to supplement the income, as most would, and we went out in the field, and we spent 2 years out in the field, kind of doing double duty. We were processing orders in the morning and going out in the field during the day in the afternoon. We were processing orders we were doing work orders in the field for LPS. It was P&P orders for LPS and Freddie Mac trash outs. And we did a little bit of Five Brothers work orders. But we did that for a couple years, and that was fine. We did well with that. But we were getting inundated with requests from contractors at that point, due to word of mouth, about our processing services. So we decided to stop doing the field work and focused on the administration side of things. So we can grow from there and build out from there, because we saw immediately, even in 2006, that the desire for proper property preservation updating was a necessity, and that with, of course, word of mouth and spreading and our knowledge. I mean, from working to Safeguard to being in the field to processing orders for contractors across the country, for numerous different clients. We've processed orders for every single national work provider out there at some point, if not currently, certainly at some point. So we're talking Safeguard, LPS, Cyprix, NFR, M&M, NFN. Oh shoot! I mean, there's quite a few actually. But we've processed work for all of them at some point, again, if not currently. And, and we've developed our protocols and practices and how we do things over the years, and fine-tuned and honed the way we do things. Now, one thing that we're not, certainly, is what I like to refer to as a dumping ground. We're not a dumping ground. And what I mean by that is, I'm not going to provide you, or we cannot provide you a short-term solution to a long-term problem. That's not what we do. And I get calls probably once a week, if not twice a month, from guys that say, "Hey Chuck, I heard about you online. I got 50 work orders. All I have is photos, no paperwork. My girl just quit, and all the orders are due in 2 days. Can you get them done?" Well, we could get them done, but I'm not going to. That's not what we do. Again, short-term solution to a long-term problem. we have a system here. We have organization. We have resources allotted to our contractors that we process for, and we can't just take a big chunk of a mess and throw that into our mix and not have that hitch up our current situation and our current responsibilities. So again, that's not what we do. It wouldn't be beneficial to either one of us to take on something like that. It would be certainly irresponsible for me to accept something like that and potentially compromise our current responsibilities with the contractors that are sending us work daily. So that's what I mean when I say dumping ground. That's certainly not what we do. We're more of a progressive type operation. If you go to my website, which I hope you do, and if you're looking at this vlog, chances are you have, it says right on front, assessment, change, and growth. That's what we do. We assess your situation. We provide and implement change, and then it promotes growth. It's that simple. And like a lot of guys say, I want to work with the tailor shop. What's it going to cost me and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to get into dollar amounts and stuff in this video, but I will tell you very simply that the cost, your inherent cost to working with the tailor shop, is a willingness to listen and change. If you're not willing to listen and change, obviously for the better, it's simply not going to work. We've been doing this now. We're rounding our 10th year. I personally have over 14 years in this industry, but we're coming around to our 10th year, 10th successful year, I should add, to processing work orders for contractors and providing consulting services as well as training information. So we know what we're doing. Bottom line is, we're the best that do this. I mentioned in the beginning that I talk about your options. You certainly do have options. Keeping in mind now, like I said, we are the best. We keep every single order stateside. We don't outsource anything. And to touch on that for a second, I hate to use the O word, the outsource word, because I got to be honest, when I hear the word outsource, it makes me think of foreign lands. It makes me think of China, India, stuff like that. We don't use that word around here. What we like to say is if you're looking to outsource your work orders, and you need to contact one of those those Bangladesh firms, but if you're looking to partner, if you're looking for a partner in this industry, then you want to contact the tailor shop, because that's what we do. We partner with contractors to benefit their situations as well as promote our business and our services, but to help contractors grow, because inherently that's what we're interested in. Sure, we process work orders. That's a physical function of what we do. But where we really get excited, where we try to drill down, is we're here to help contractors grow their business. That's the bottom line. Because as your business grows, my business will grow. And that's a win-win for everybody. So we're not looking for the guys that want to just do 5 orders a day, and be pretty steady and not really try to expand and grow and see what options or what availability there is for them to expand. That's what we want. We want you to, and we provide that comfort, that level of comfort, and that level of ability for you to focus on other functions of your business. My the number one thing I tell contractors that start working with the tailor shop is you need to focus on vendor management. Doesn't matter whatever else you got going on. If you have people in your office, if you had people that were helping with updating or need something to do, I can guarantee you, hands down, vendor management is something that's going to need to be addressed. You need to focus on order distribution, getting those orders in the field, making sure that your guys are getting the orders done correctly, and then getting them to us as soon as possible so that we can process those orders in real time. Not the next day, not 2 days, past when they completed them, but the same day in real time. That's what we do. So like I said, you have options. What's your options? Well, you could work with the tailor shop, who's a 100% U.S.-based company. We do not outsource any work orders or farm out any work orders outside the country. I don't even use remote updaters. Every single order, I do mean every single work order, that's processed, whether it's a maintenance order, REO, grass cut, whatever it is processed right here in our office in Cleveland. This is, by doing so, we maintain the highest, in this industry, the highest quality control standards of anybody even trying to process work orders. Because of our training, because of how we hand pick our employees, how we hand train them, the different processes we go through. It's all geared specific to benefit the contractor in the end. But this is how we maintain the highest quality control standards. Now, like I said, you have options. What's your options? Well, of course, there are plenty. Now, we started in 2006, and in my personal opinion, we were the first. We were the first to see the niche market of this order processing, and took it upon ourselves to not only build a brand out of it, but build the number one nationally known, most recognized, highest reputation company processing these orders. And since then, unfortunately, a lot of other companies have sprung up. And truly unfortunate is a lot of them are based out of India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, places far from, certainly far from here. Now, if you're on LinkedIn or some of the Yahoo groups and stuff, I'm sure you've gotten approached by some of these foreign operations. They're certainly an option. I can tell you from my personal experience, and I got to be honest, I've been approached by a couple of these organizations that have contacted me directly through my website wanting me to farm out work orders to them. I'm not going to name names, but they're ones that are, they're pretty recognizable, I guess. But yeah, and I didn't even respond to them because that's not what we do. We wouldn't even consider it. But just the emails, the verbiage in the emails alone was pretty hilarious because they claim to know a lot about property preservation, but they can't type a proper email, which would lead me to believe you can't type a proper bid. So if you can't type a proper email requesting to work with my company, then how can you possibly put the proper verbiage in a bid going to a national and not have that order kicked back? That's another topic for conversation. But anyway, so you have these firms out there. Sure, they do work pretty cheaply, and like most things, you get what you pay for. Again, I've heard some horrible stories. I would go so far as to say horror stories as to what these companies have done to updates and submitted them, and the chargebacks and the issues that have arose from these companies doing what they did. So again, that's your option. I personally don't suggest it. I've had contractors speak with me, and we've had great conversations, and they've gone and considered and started working with one of those India firms, Bangladore firms. And 3 months later, they're calling me up saying, "Chuck, we gotta get started with the tailor shop, man. I tried, such and such, and they did this, they did that, and they screwed things up, and my clients are mad, and they're cutting back my work." And I say, that's fine. We're not going anywhere, and we're right here, but you really should have, taken it a little more seriously, and you wouldn't have had those impacting issues. So that's an option, of course, one I don't suggest. And let me just add, too, there's a few nationals out there, if not most of them, that forbid you to use foreign processors. So you're putting your company at risk and your contracts at risk by using that. And I don't have to go into explain to you even the confidentiality portion of it, because we're dealing with properties and addresses and stuff like that. That would certainly be an issue. So and obviously the communication would be an issue, I would imagine. But anyway, so that's your option. What's your other options? Well, there's certainly a lot of little single individual operations popping up I see from time to time. little, stay-at-home moms and stuff that maybe worked for a contractor and in their office, or maybe they worked for a national safeguard LPS or something, and they want to sit at home and process updates and be happy, and think that they, could handle any type of volume or maintain any type of levels of quality. Well, that's an option too. Again, another one I wouldn't suggest. I mean, not only do we have, over 35 years of experience combined with all the people working here, but we do have a team. We have employees. We have a staff. We're available 7 days a week. We process orders 7 days a week. If you send us work, we process it. And not only do we process it, but we process it accurately and efficiently. And so there's no concern of that that stay-at-home mom or that individual that wants to just sit at home and process orders. If they're going to have to be called away, something's going to happen, the kid's going to get sick, or they got to go to the store or whatever, and they might not be able to get your orders processed. So there's another option. Again, not a very reliable one. And you have to question their experience and their ability to process an order efficiently and know every aspect and know every different client, every different loan type, every different national's specifics, which we do, because this is what we do and this is what we do. So again, another option, not necessarily a positive one, because if you're a contractor that's got volume, you're a contractor that's trying to grow, you need to partner with a company that can grow with you, that can expand with you, and that can certainly handle the increased volume that you're going to provide. That's what we do. We're not a little mom and pop shop. We're certainly growing and expanding yearly. Every year we're growing, 20 to 25%. And those are real numbers, and it's because of our insistentness to not only keep things stateside, but to maintain high quality control standards. Because listen, two things I've learned in this industry in 14 years is the two main things is, one, mistakes cost money. And if you're watching this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Mistakes cost money. And two, this is not an assumption business. You cannot make assumptions as to what's going on at a property. Details, dimensions, cause, all this is necessary to update an order accurately. Not only do we process the orders, I provide you tools. I have forms. I have client-specific forms. I have them on paper. I have them digitally converted on Property Pres Wizard, who we work with exclusively. So we provide you the tools. We provide you the knowledge. We provide you the information. What it comes down to is your willingness to want to listen and change. If you're looking to improve upon your situation, now we have guys call us all the time, and there's some of them are somewhat embarrassed because their situations are a mess and their internal offices are chaotic and stuff. Listen, we're not here to judge. Well, I'm not going to judge you. I'm glad you called, and I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to focus all my efforts and all of our resources on fixing your problem and eliminating all your issues. Certainly, dramatically decreasing them. Because listen, we strive for perfection every single day. This is what we do. We focus on this daily. We're not distracted by things, and this is our core business is around processing, but we also provide consulting. We also provide training. Those are some side services we provide, but of course most guys contact us for the work order processing, which is what we do. And let me tell you, with the utmost confidence, we do it better than anybody else out there. We do it more efficiently, and we do it more accurately than anybody you will ever talk to. I guarantee it. I 100% guarantee it. And not only that, but we guarantee our work. I have a liability clause in my contract that as long as you send us proper documentation and photos, we guarantee the work order that we update. Now, who else does that? What happens when one of these little stay-at-home moms or these foreign operations? What happens when they make a mistake? Are they taking responsibility for that? Now, of course, we don't make mistakes like that because we catch the mistakes, we catch the errors before they get to the client, and we make sure that the order is right. Another thing too is our orders don't get reopened. But bottom line, our orders simply do not get reopened. And we processed orders for a lot of very particular companies out there that are very stringent on making sure that you provide all that information. So our orders do not get reopened. And in fact, this last couple months alone, we've gotten tremendous positive feedback from some major, the largest national work providers in this industry have provided us directly with positive feedback towards how we process work orders. Not only that, but the verbiage that we use when bidding and reporting damages. We make sure that they're getting exactly what they want, and we've heard from some of these large nationals, quality control individuals, and their middle management as to what and how we do things and how it is exactly what they want. And they're also recommending us to their contractors because we're getting numerous calls from contractors saying that this national referred you, or say PPW has referred you, because the word is out there. And the bottom line is, if you're looking for the best, the best option, your best edge, your best advantage to work order processing, then you must look no further than the tailor shop. I mean, there simply isn't another viable option. I cannot imagine you, after speaking with me, and a lot of you that may be listening to this have spoken with me, and you know that we back up everything we say. Certainly, I back up everything that I present, with this company, and we mean business. We take this very seriously because mistakes cost money. And we're not, bottom line is we're the ones pushing that submit button. So we want to make sure that's correct. Yes, we are somewhat of an extension of your office. We're an extension. Well, like I said, we're a partner. We're your partner in this. We need to make sure that we're working cohesively, and there's open lines of communication, because, with no communication, if there's no willing to listen and change, if you're not willing to do this, then it might not work. And in most cases, it just simply won't work. And that's unfortunate, but it has happened. That's because you have to, and I'll get into one of these videos down the road, I'll probably tell some stories about, what not to do or what we've seen. Because over 10 years, we worked with a lot of contractors throughout the country. And we watch guys build up and grow up. And we watch guys, just completely crumble to the ground and go out of business. And it's simply because they chose not to listen and change. And that's what we provide. We provide a comprehensive overview of your systems, and we improve upon it just to benefit you, so you can grow and so you can expand, so we can grow. I mean, you got to think about it. When it comes down to it, do you want to lower expenses or do you want higher profits? You can't have both. So let me sort of leave you with that. Think about that. Some of you, and we've had to tell some guys, they're not ready for the tailor shop. Are you ready for the tailor shop? Are you ready to step it up and take it to the next level and really show your clients and your company what you're capable of with partnering with a proper work order processing company? Maybe you are. If you think you are, absolutely contact us and we'll talk about it further. But let me put that in your mind again. Are you looking to lower your expenses or raise your profits? You can't have both. Anyways, I didn't want to extend this too much longer. I want to thank you for listening and watching if you were. Again, we're going to be doing these vlogs once a week, different topics every week. You never know what we're going to talk about. And hope you guys are having a great May. And hope the weather's looking nice for you. And we'll be talking to you real soon. Thank you very much. Have a great day.